All right. Hi everyone. So we are continuing with the woodpecker problem solving uh, videos. So in the last one we did up to puzzle 12 of this Lee chess study. So we are going to continue from puzzle 13 today. Um, so here's the position, and it's black's turn, and all right. So let's try to see what we can do in this position. Okay, so let's see. I can see that I have good control of the semi-open F file. My knight is however a bit further away from action, but there might be some scenarios where it gets into the enemy territory. Also, I see that these bishops are eyeing down each other. There could be something there. Okay. Alright, so the general rule of thumb is that you should look for checks, then captures, then attacks. So, I mean, in terms of checks, I see that there's probably this only one move, and I'm not quite sure that that is actually useful. In terms of captures, there are several possibilities. Um, so, as I said earlier, the bishop can take the white bishop. Don't know if it does something or not. One interesting dynamic here is that this knight can actually jump there, because if the bishop takes, then I get the exchange. So it's kind of a pin, and then the knight basically attacks the queen here. The queen needs to stay in defense of this bishop. So it would have to move either here or, well, there's no other queen move. The bishop would have to take the knight. And if the queen moves here, then I can just exchange the queen and then take his bishop. That could be the trick, right? Let's see. Alright. I think that's the trick. Okay, that was a good spotting of pin, I think. Okay, so let's move on to the next one then. Alright, so we have black here. Our knights are quite well placed. It feels like I've seen this position somewhere earlier. And it also feels like I had quite a lot of difficulty in solving this position when I saw it earlier also. Okay, one thing is I can probably take this pawn and threaten to go for this check, and if he takes with his queen, then I basically get that check, uh, which is again devastating because he would have to block it with his queen, and he basically will be checkmated in that case. That should be probably it, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, I should have probably did a more thorough calculation, but let's see. Okay. Hmm. Right now the rook is also hanging, by the way, because he has opened up his own rook. Do I have anything there? That's interesting. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay. How do we proceed here? Checks, captures, attacks. Okay, so you get basically this rook check, which I'm not sure does anything. So yes, that. You get this queen check. Again, not sure. Okay. What else? We get this check also. We take it with the pawn. Then what? And what if I take this bishop instead? That does open up this line of attack. Okay. What else can we do? seeing the blow. Maybe I can just go ahead with that rook. If I bring that rook in, then I again renew the threat of this guy. How does he stop it then? I don't think he can. Yeah. Okay. Guess I can go there. He takes. I take again. He takes it with his queen. I take his queen. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. And let's try that. Okay. Okay, that one was not so easy. But anyways, we got through it. Let's go ahead. Okay, so next, puzzle 15. We've got the black pieces again. Well, this I see that there is this queen takes rook, and if he takes it with the king, then I get this checkmate. So if I take this rook, it probably go over there, and then I can go with that check. I would have to block. I would take that pawn and go back. I would give him that checkmate. I think that works out. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. Okay. But I do have this move because I want to open up my queen's path so that this, f7 attack can happen. And if it doesn't take, then I still get to go to this h5 square to attack, because this square, f7 square, would then be attacked by both my knight and the bishop, and then the queen can come in. I think that should be the solution. Yeah. Let's go there. There. Okay. Just, okay, I do have this guy. Right. And I have this guy too. Just think of some forcing moves then. So if I give this check, he would have to take it. He would have to take it with his knight, right? Because otherwise there is no other move. If he takes it with the knight, I can take his knight back with check. Now he would have 3 possible moves then. Okay, so his knight is gone. Both of my pawns are gone if the king takes the pawn. So the king is over here. Then what can I do? I can bring my queen back and give a check. He can go there. I can take that with check. I would have to move there or there. If he goes over here, then I can give that checkmate. And if he goes over there, then if I give a check, he would be able to come back over here again. There is an alternative actually. I can just give him the check first. So he would block with either his bishop or his knight. If he blocks it with his knife, Then I can push this pawn, check, then he would have to move over there. Then I can bring my, no, I cannot bring my queen because his knight would be very. So if he blocks it with his knight, can I just take that knight instead? Right? That's again a check. You would have to take it. And I can give that check. I can go there. I can give that check. I can go there. You can bring that there, and that will be a check. Now, if he blocks with his bishop instead, then again I can take the bishop. Do I need to take the bishop? I give him a check. He blocks it. Now, if I push that pawn with check, again he would have to take that pawn. Then I can take the bishop. He would go there. Then I can give him a check. He would have to go there. I think bishop check works. No? Why did that not work? Strange. Okay, then that's the other alternative. But can I give him this check now? Because now he does not have any way to block. I mean, he can block up this, then I can just take that. He would go over there and I can just go. I think now it works straight. What? Why not? Why does that not work? That should have worked. I would have to somehow see the somehow try it out with an engine, I think. So, and I can give him this check now. He would go back there. I can come over there and give him that check. That's a checkmate, I guess. Yeah. But let's go to analysis mode, okay? So you go back. Yeah. I mean, if I go there, does it have engine line? Let's turn on the engine. Ah, C5. Yep. Okay, yeah. Instead, this should be the one, because then you basically get forced checkmate. What should happen if I go there? Okay, then you go there and then okay. Fine. Alright. It's good to check things out if you make a mistake. Fine. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. Puzzle 17. Okay. I can see that there's probably some discovered attack that is possible. Right. I mean, one thing that is doable is to move this knight with an attack and try to collect this bishop in the process, which is a strong bishop. So what would be the exact move? And also, do we have anything better? If I go with that check, then he cannot come to this defense, so he would have to take it with either of these two uh, pieces, and then I can just capture this, which will be something, but I would be giving up my knight as well in the process. So what else can be done? One thing I can do is I can just take that with check. If he takes my knight, then I take his bishop. If he doesn't take my knight and try to come and defend, then I can take his knight. And he would take it with his pawn. And maybe I can then exchange and try to move in with my queen. So this, 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 giving a check. Is that all? He just takes that. You can go for that check. He would go there. That's it. Okay, I guess. Let's go to the next one then. Okay, this seems straightforward for these two guys. Alright, that was easy. Maybe let's go to one more. Okay. All right. see a funny idea that you can just take that pawn and the rook actually cannot be touched. Okay. Do I have anything more forcing? That's the idea. Okay, let's go one more. Isn't that the same one as before? Maybe I had a pawn over there and he has had his bishop over here somewhere. Slightly different, I think. Maybe I can still take it, because if he takes, I go there, goes there, go there, goes there, and can probably go there. Take. Okay, I'll figure it out. Okay. Wait, how does... Oh, okay, let's check. Alright. Just because of this failure, let's try to do one more. That's again the same kind of a pattern, right? Now my bishop is not there. Okay. If I still go with this and he takes it and go for a check, he'll come up. I can go for another check, go down. Then I can go for this check again. Comes up. I can go for this check. He would move it. And we can take the rook. What? There's a better move? Okay. Yeah. There should be some kind of a checkmate somewhere. Could go for that check. Would have to move it there. Where's the killer blow? could do that, which is a check. He could go back. Hmm. What? I can go for this and this, right? Or is there mate in one instead? Okay, I think that should be all for today. We have gone through quite a lot of puzzles today, and I have to say that these puzzles are getting tougher and tougher. Alright, I'll see you all in the next one. Good night.